Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm Danny and this is Project Fern. In today's video we're going to be removing the rear axle from the Berlingo Multispace. Like I said, building up to this one, I have done a 1 hour video I think of doing the whole process, but I'm going to be splitting this down into different steps. The first one being today, which is removing the rear axle. We're then going to look at cleaning off underneath and putting some under sealer on the car, making it all nice, putting some rust treatment on if there's any crusty bits, just making it all pretty under there like I did on the red one. After that, we're going to be then taking all the brackets off, swapping everything over onto the new axle that needs to be swapped over, painting all the bits up, brackets and stuff, and then the final video will be reinstalling this axle, and then I can get this car put in for its MOT. You can see it's pretty tight for space in here. I've got the Audi, I've got very limited space, which shows that like it is possible to do. I've got a little bit more space on this side, so I'll probably do most of the work on this side when I'm making the video to show you, and then you can just repeat on the other. I've not done one yet on a car that's had a tow bar. I don't know if that interferes or anything or where it goes. I'll probably just take that off if I'm being honest. Mum and Dad won't need that. They don't have a trailer, a caravan or anything. But I'm looking forward to doing this today. So first step, I don't need to show you this, is I'm going to jack the car up because I need to get the spare wheel carrier off, and I also need to get the back box off the car. Now to do this, I take the car up a little bit higher than I'm going to be having it sat on axle stands. I have it sat on the lowest section on the axle stands. When I take the axle off, it just makes it easier when you're putting it on. You've got less like height to jack the new axle up and get it in place. But I'll explain all this as I go along. But yeah, when I jack it up now, you'll see the car is quite high. It's just to allow the spare wheel carrier to come down enough so I can unhook it. So I've got the axle stands on the second peg like I just explained previously. That's literally limited the height of the jack out, so that's as high as I could go anyway. But I'm going to get this spare wheel carrier taken off now, and then I will drop that down probably down to the first stud. Originally I did it on the base one, but I'm going to think I'll just drop it down one stud that. But if we have a look underneath the car, you can see how clean it is down at the bottom. All this scabby stuff under here is literally the axle. We've got a little bit here which is exactly the same, it's just crusty, that it's not gone through, and it's basically just gone a little bit crusty in the same places as it did on the red one. But this spare wheel carrier is all cable tied on. I've got the spare wheel for it, it was just in the boot when I bought the car. But it's super clean underneath these cars, all the way down there. I can see it looks like it's had a new middle section. This back box doesn't look too old either, they do crust up pretty quick. But as far as I'm concerned under here, really happy with the condition of it, and you'll be surprised how nice it all looks once the new axle goes on and it's all under sealed underneath here. That's the spare wheel carrier off. It's pretty simple to work out. Just have to lower it down so that line lines up with that line, and you pop that side out first, and then you can remove that side. So let me get the torch and show you under here a little bit more. So pretty much everything in here can be cleaned up. It's all rock solid still, which is nice to know. The axle is shattered. Some of these shockers, which is a good thing, I've got new ones. Brake pipes don't look like they're going to be too easy to get out, but like I say, it doesn't matter because I've got brand new ones. ABS sensors can be a pain to get out. I'm going to leave them till last. I'll unclip them obviously. They are colour coded. One multi-plug is grey and one multi-plug is white. Again, we'll get to that in a bit. So the next job is to get this exhaust back box off, which you can see you've just got the exhaust clamp there. I get some WD-40 on these rubbers. It is a bit of a pain, I'm not going to lie, when you'd put the axle in, because you've got to like loop it over the exhaust to get it in place. But that's probably the hardest bit of it. I'm going to have a look at this wiring on this tow bar, because if I'm being honest, I want to really take it off. I don't like it being on the car, it's not needed. But we'll see how it is when we get there. I can see the wiring going off here, and then you've got the other wiring going here. I don't know if that runs the full length of the car, but I'll see what it looks when I get this exhaust off. But that's the next job, so I'm going to crack on with that now, and then we'll check back in. I've ended up taking all the tow bar off, sorting all the wiring out. And underneath the back box is off, so I'm going to start taking the wheels off on each side now, getting the handbrake cables disconnected, get the ABS sensors disconnected and the brake pipes, and then we'll be ready to drop this axle down. So let's crack on. Okay, so it's time to start the rear axle on the car now. First job is going to get this rear drum off. They are a bit crusty, as you can see all the axle's crusty as well, but if you can just make out on the camera here, under the body is absolutely mint. So we'll get all that cleaned off later in the next video. But what we're going to do first is we're going to take this Torx 30 off, going to release the drum, and then we're going to take the brake shoes off, release the handbrake cable, get that out of the way, and then lastly there's a brake pipe just above. You can't see it, it's just behind here. That literally is what is the last bit that's connected to the car. Everything brake pipe wise and hose you see on there is connected to the actual axle. So once we get that off, we'll then move on to the ABS sensors, but let's get that done first. Now I've got that off, I'm just going to give that a quick spray off with some brake cleaner, get rid of all the dust and just let it clean itself off for a minute. Next job's down here is the handbrake cable. I like flicking it off now. You can take the springs off and pull the shoes out of the way, but I just like getting a pair of more grips on it and just bending it out of the way because I'm going to be replacing all these shoes anyway. That's the handbrake cable off. Next, I like to take these securing bars off, and you just literally put your pliers on, push pressure down and turn them until they pop off. Keep these safe because the new shoes don't come with them, I don't think, and obviously you'll need them to put it all back together later, and then the pin just comes out of the back. Now we've got them locating pins out of the way, you've got your bottom spring on your shoes. I just like using a screwdriver to push the bottom one off. It just makes them come out a little bit easier. And then we're going to lift them up and tilt them out. They do catch on the hub a little bit, that's why I'm popping this bottom spring off first. But when we're putting it back on, because we would have took the actual hubs off, it'll be a lot easier. Next job is to pop the handbrake cable out. There's two little tabs on each side of this plastic guide here that you need to push in. I like using these just to start it off, give it a bit of a wiggle, and then I usually get the hammer and screwdriver and just knock it back slowly. There is a rubber grommet on the back of these, but it's usually perished, which it feels like it is on this one, which explains a lot of the corrosion inside here. So I'm going to have to try and get some new ones of them. Hopefully I can. They were alright on the red one, but they've definitely perished on this one. So I'm going to do that now, pop this off, and then we can get onto this final brake pipe up at the top. So if you can see this handbrake cable bracket on the back here, make sure you don't lose these. It's stuck on the other side, but they do come out. They do need swapping over, but we'll get to that when we start swapping everything over onto the new axle. Last job under the wheel arch is to take this brake union off. You can just see it at my finger here. They are covered in dirt and stuff. They are quite protected, these, so even though it does look like it's all corroded, it's just mud. They do clean up really nice, which I'll show you now. So I'm going to get the wire brush in and give it a good clean up. So I just sprayed a bit of penetrating fluid on there, but I'm going to use the trusty crack it now and give it 30-second spray. I then go in with a 11mm brake pipe spanner just to crack it off, and then I'll work it off with just a normal open-ended 11mm spanner. And that's it, that's cracked off. So I'm just going to leave them in place, do the other side now, and then we'll get underneath, take the ABS sensors out, well, unplug them, and then we'll come back, undo them too, and then it's underneath, and start dropping these bolts out. I'm underneath the car now, and as you can see, we've got one ABS sensor there, and then we've got one there as well. All we're going to do is unplug them and just unclip. There's 2 clips, I think, each side, 1 or 2 clips. I'm just going to leave them hanging because I want to keep everything in place on the axle. It just makes it easier when you're swapping everything over and you know everything needs to go back. If you start taking everything off, you've not got pictures of it, you can get a bit confused. But I'm just going to pop these 2 multi-plugs off now, and I'm going to just unclip it. I think there is literally 1 clip on each side that holds it to the body of the car, and the rest is all clipped to the axle. So that's the 2 cables undone. I've just left them hanging up here out of the way. There was 2 securing clips underneath. One's a push-in one. Sorry, they're both pushing ones on the passenger side, and one's like a loop clip that you just unclip, and the other one was a pushing one. But this axle's pretty much ready to come off now, so I'm going to undo the brake pipes on each side and just put a brake bleed valve nipple on each one just to stop the fluid leaking out, because I have nothing to clamp because I'm going to be replacing the rubber hoses. It will drip a little bit, but it's just one of them things. We're going to bleed the brakes anyway, and then once that's done, we're going to get underneath and start undoing these bolts and get it dropped. So that's both brake pipes undone on both sides. Right, I'm ready to lower this axle down, well, get the bolts out. I've jacked the car back up and took them down a notch onto the axle stands just so my jack isn't maxing out, makes it all a little bit easier. So there's 2 bolts that you're going to need to get to, which are Torx 50s, and this is the tool I use. It's literally the same width as a Torx 50. It's the only thing I've found that fits in the hole. I think this is what work zone. It must be from Aldi. It came in a big kit. There must be special tools you can get to get in these holes. Just must be a long Torx 50, but just make sure it isn't fatter than the actual end, and it's really long. Like I say, that's probably about 20 centimeters long, that. So I'm going to jump under the car now, show you where the bolts are, and then I'm going to get them undone. Again, sorry for the wobbly camera, but that's where bolt 1 is. As you can see, that's literally tight as they come in there. And then I'll show you where the other bolts are. So there's 1 of them on each side. The front bolts are these 2 Torx 50s. There's 1 at front, 1 at the back. Ignore this bolt here. That's literally just holding that bracket on, which these 2 Torx 50s go through. You'll need to swap that over onto the new axle. Obviously you can't get a spanner over the top of it or anything to tighten it up, but I'll show you what I do with it when we come round to that. But I'm going to whip all these bolts out now, well, get them slackened off, get the jack in place, and then get it lowered. The chassis is off and being dropped. I've had a nightmare with this back bolt here. The captive nut inside the box section of the axle, the body of the car, had snapped off. So unfortunately I've had to drill a bit of an hole in the back here and try and stop it from spinning, which I couldn't, but I managed to drop it down enough before it started spinning to get it cut off with a hacksaw. So I'm just going to get a new nut and a matching bolt for that now. I'm going to cut that out nicely and get a section out of a scrapper and put that back in, make it all look nice again and get it sprayed. You'll never know it were there. Hopefully this car won't need another chassis again, another axle should I say, but that's been a bit of a nightmare, a bit of a warts and all video this. But the chassis, the axle, sorry, is ready to be dropped down now, which I'm going to do and get it pulled out. Axle's off the car now, pulled out. I'm going to have a sweep up and then get ready for the next video, which will be cleaning it all off underneath the car and getting some under seal on it. That's where the bolt that I had to cut off stuck in. You have to take these 2 bolts off when you swap the brackets over, but I can go into that when we start swapping everything over onto the new axle. So that's how you remove the axle on a Berlingo Multispace. I hope you've enjoyed this video today and found it informative. That's how you take the axle off a Berlingo Multispace. Next video is going to be cleaning it all off underneath, rust treating it, the little bits that are a bit scabby, and also getting some under seal underneath there. And then the video after that will be swapping everything over onto the new axle, and then the video after that will be installing the axle, just breaking it down into chunky size videos, so it's not just one massive video like the other one that I did. You can see there that I took a bit of a whack today with the jack handle, nearly knocked myself out, but these things happen. Please don't let this put you off the fact that my captive nut was spinning on the red Berlingo Multispace. It was an absolute joy doing this job. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and any comments, put them in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video.